I'm a dope. I'm a rodeo clown. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I am now working at a network that will follow through on a story. I am not a journalist. I'm just a guy who cares. I'm sorry. I'm just a guy who cares an awful lot about my country. And I think you do too. But sometimes, for political reasons or whatever reasons, people just won't follow a story. I have to tell you, I'm doing a story tonight that I wanted to debunk these FEMA camps. I'm tired of hearing. You know about them? Sure. I'm tired of hearing. I wanted to debunk them. Well, we've now for several days done research on them. I can't debunk them. And we're going to carry the story tonight.
I don't know anything about him. So.
It is our government. If you trust our government, it's fine. If you have any kind of fear that we might be headed towards a totalitarian state, look out.
I've been watching Glenn Beck for a long time, and I saw him say that Ron Paul supporters are basically all terrorists and that the Army should watch Ron Paul supporters. Then I watched him come out repeatedly and demonize the 9/11 Truth Movement or anybody who questioned anything the government did. And then when he said he was going to expose the FEMA camps and he thought they were real, I said, look out, folks, this is his MO. He acts like he's on our side. He acts like he's really investigating. And then he sucker punches you once he's gotten your confidence.
Popular Mechanics, they did an incredible job in the writing of the definitive debunking of the 9/11 conspiracy that everybody knows now is not true because of Popular Mechanics, except Rosie O'Donnell. James is here now to do the same with the FEMA camps.
He specifically was going to build a straw man argument and go after some of the fake stories of false FEMA camps like the Amtrak train station.
This is an Amtrak repair facility in Beech Grove, Indiana. The woman who made this video initially claims that it's some kind of American Auschwitz and they've outfitted buildings with gas and they've got these strange turnstiles. In fact, it is a repair facility. They're repairing trains in there.
Well, trains, I believe Auschwitz had trains. I'm just saying, Jim.
Oh, yes, there are real FEMA camps, and there are bills and legislation, and Americans have even been held in FEMA camps before during demonstrations in Seattle. He didn't choose to go into any of that, even though we mailed him packets of that material.
One of those buildings has been knocked down. This video actually dates from about 1995.
So the turnstiles are there for, they were there, they're not there anymore?
Right, the turnstiles were just ordinary subway turnstiles that would be familiar to anyone who's ridden the subways in New York.
He went to the disinfo on the internet knowing he could discredit a straw man. And that's what's so despicable about Glenn Beck, is that his propaganda is so shoddy that it's just amazingly predictable.
By the way, if you want to get all of the information and more on the FEMA camps, debunk information that we couldn't get into this segment, help silence the annoying conspiracy freak in your life. There is enough out there. We don't need to make stuff up.
Glenn Beck knows he's a liar.
The Patriot Act is the most dastardly direct assault on human liberty and on guaranteed rights in the Constitution that the Congress ever enacted since the Alien and Sedition Acts 200 years earlier.
All efforts by the government to bail out private industry are unconstitutional. The reasons are profound. They're grounded in the Constitution.
I'm a dope. I'm a rodeo clown. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I believe so deeply in our Constitution.
I was for the Patriot Act.
You know that I am actually a libertarian at heart. I think the bailout is the right thing to do. I believe so deeply in our Constitution. I was for the Patriot Act. You know that I am actually a libertarian at heart. The $700 billion that you're hearing about now is not only, I believe, necessary, it is also not nearly enough.
There was one guy last year that was Ron Paul. When you were on CNN, you would act like he was kind of crazy, kooky guy. And
I still act like he's crazy, kooky guy.
Well,
The Ron Paul Revolution. I think it's meant to be a catchy slogan, but I fear some of his fringe supporters are taking the word revolution too literally.
Hey Glenn, real quick, how did you and your network benefit from associating Ron Paul supporters with domestic terrorism?
When you were escorted out after asking him your question, Glenn Beck stopped, turned to the crowd, and started applauding.
What you're about to hear is the fusion of entertainment and enlightenment. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
The man has total credence when it comes to the economy. The man does not necessarily have credence when it comes to the war on terror.
And Tim there suggests that we think of the economy, but not in foreign policy. You can't do that. They're one and the same. That's where all the money's going.
If you've seen any of the stuff that Glenn Beck has been doing,
he's on occasion is a demagogue.
To religious fanatics that are decapitating people. Does Hitler come to mind? For the love of our children. And they are preparing a Holocaust, the second Holocaust.
He has been pretty discourteous.
What you're about to hear is the fusion of entertainment and enlightenment.
Earlier today, I had the opportunity to sit down in the Oval Office with the President of the United States. President Bush is a man who personally feels the pain of every lost soldier. I can tell you that the President has incredible passion and resolve.
Those weapons of mass destruction got to be somewhere.
That is the real story tonight. Back in a minute.